Hello, hi. I am the DFW artist and motivational speaker. Welcome to my home again. Let's talk about School of Hard Knocks. School of Hard Knocks, yeah. I done made some bad choices in my lifetime, and I have to admit that. I'm just going to straight out admit it. I done made some choices where I had to bite the dust and accept the consequences. And sometimes when we depend on family and friends, we feel like that they, should help us out. And they should treat us this way, and they should do this, and they should do that. Well, sweetheart, y'all need to sit down and let me tell you a story, how my story went down for me. Okay. I was married. And I got divorced. And I got kicked out of our place. We didn't have nowhere to go. So I had to go live with family. Typical reason to move in with family, right? Typical reason. Moved in with family. They live in the projects. The family that I moved in. Let me educate you on the projects. The projects is red brick buildings, clothesline in the backyard. It's a community that it never shuts down and it never sleeps. You got drug slangers, you got drug buyers, you got drug users, you got violence, you got crime, you got gangs, gang violence, prostitution. It's a crazy city. A lot of people don't want to live there. I live there. Didn't have no choice. I had to live with family. I made some bad choices in my lifetime, so I wind up there. A family member taking me in, my 3 children, and inside the place it's like bricks, floors, brick. The floors is like concrete. The walls is like concrete. If you're gonna, keep your house warm, you're gonna use your stove or your oven or your electric heaters. There's no AC, unless you buy a window unit to put in there. And the family member that I was living with wants to cook, and it's already 110 degrees outside. 12 o'clock noon, want to be cooking some red beans, some ham hocks, some neck bones, and all that kind of stuff. It's so hot in the projects, people. You want to be outside. There's no way you can be in the house. And the children didn't want to be in the house. They played outside. And of course, when you outside, guess what? You get sweaty, and children come in, they smell like puppy dogs. You got a kind of musty odor yourself, and so it requires you to wash quite often, more than one time a day, and keep the children clothes as often as possible. But we didn't have no washing dryers there, so we had to do Chinese washing. Some of you people out here don't know what Chinese washing. Let me enlighten you. Chinese washing is where you got to get all the clothes and fill the tub up and wash them with some detergent, and you stand in the tub and you do the stomping until you get it all cleaned, and you got to fill the tub up with water again, and then you do your rinse. And then that's often, because you got to keep the clothes clean every week. But it's not enough, because the most embarrassing moment is when one of the teachers came up to me and said, "You know what? I would like to take your child home and give them a bath and wash their clothes up, because they are smelling so bad. It's offensive to my whole classroom, and I can't take it anymore." I was crushed and I was devastated. So quite naturally, I would take the child, whoop the child. You know, you need to keep your hygienes up. All three of y'all, y'all need to keep y'all hygienes up. You need to wash. So I go and talk to my family member about it. The one I'm living with, you know, we're not bathing enough. We're not washing enough. You know, it's offensive. The school has came to me and talked to me about my children and smelling too awful. The person I was living with was like, you use too much water. I was going to talk to you about it anyway. Y'all use too much water. Whoever heard a person bathing twice a day and washing this often? People, what I'm saying is, when you move in the house with someone, you can't expect it to go the way you want it to go. Because some other family members, when I discussed it to some other family members, it wasn't like that for them. But here's the understanding part you have to have, people. Every family member treats each individual differently according to the situation. The other people who live with this individual didn't have older children or bigger children or whatever. They had children, but not children in school. It was a lot of washing. It was a lot of water. But guess what, people? You don't pay water bill in the projects. You don't hear me? You don't pay water bill. If you're behind want to be cool, you better pour some water on the floor and roll around in it so you can get cool. You better go and put a towel in a sink and get it all soaking wet and put it around your body, around your neck and your face to be cool. You better be outside with a water hose putting it on your body to be cool. It was a whole bunch of times I couldn't even come in the house because the house was so hot. Have you ever heard this saying that sometimes inside a condemned building or old building or old house, it's much cooler outside because you're feeling the breeze than it is in the house? Y'all don't hear me though. It was like that. It was much, much hotter in this project apartment than it was outside. Literally. I'm not angry. I'm not running around here trying to say my family member treated me so bad. What, I supposed to get favoritism or something here? What, I supposed to be treated like that other person there? It don't work like that, people. It don't work like that. The point I'm trying to make is that I take full responsibility of myself, the decisions that I made, and that's why I was in a situation like that from the get-go. I can't go and talk about how I was treated by a family member when I have to think about how did I wind up in a situation like that in the first place. If it's beyond your control and you wind up in a situation, but I'm gonna take full responsibility. Yeah, it was my fault because I married a dummy. I sure did. I have to take responsibility. Somewhere I had to see some kind of red flag and it just whoop, whoop, whoop. It just I just disregarded because I was just so caught up in love. I mean, come on now, people. We can admit it. You know, come on now. We can admit that. But at the same time, this is my life. This is my story. I hope you can walk away from this story and that it uplift you, whoever you are, who's out there, who's going through something with family and friends because they take you in and you are in their space now. They really feel that they're not doing anything wrong. They feel that they're not a bad person. They feel that, hey, by me taking you in, you need to be thankful. And the person that taking me in, I never, got upset. I didn't like some things. I didn't. And I did question it. Hey, They voiced their opinion and told me what they thought about it, and I'm a woman. I have to accept that, and I have to accept responsibility. I did this to myself. I hope this was uplifting and inspiring, and let's love one another. Let's love our friends and our family. And hey, you are the one who is responsible for yourself. Be responsible for your own actions. Why you end up in that situation in the first place. I love you. Take care. Good night.